Time to see what Lynn Vision can do on their own map pick, because they did quite a lot on Clutch's map pick. We're back to the playoffs of the ESL Season 41, as Asia will continue on to see who exactly will be its second representative at the EPL conference.
Flame, first duels there, and X-Pro, Nelly, they get their kills, but there will at least be one consolidation frag so far for Clutch. Clouden is here nice and timely, but has to wait for his teammates, and dealing with this first progress would be nice. Down to 3-on-3, Nelly dealt with, and they don't have a kit, so time will be a big factor here.
Stardust's position is going to be equally big as well. Stardust is just gone. We saw a lot of those duels between the two of them going the way of Stardust in the second half of Nuke. Less so this time, to start things out.
These positions are so hard to play. Clutch have to hit instant headshots, and they're not being given any opportunities. Lynn know they're not on the bomb, and by the time that they do decide to go for it, X-Pro and Starry will hit their shots. So Lynn's take the pistol moving into the first half. This T side can get jump-started.
Starry even steals out a flashbang from the body of his opponents. That's always rough.
Yeah, Season 42 has been quite a difficult season to venture through, partially because we've had, all these top teams come in. Albeit Tyloo were not that present this season, but Rare Adam were certainly factors to deal with. They pulled themselves out before the playoffs, but Lynn are another one of these Chinese teams that have been on the cusp and have had a couple international opportunities as well that people have been excited about. Next, we need Wings Up in here.
I mean, they're going to be here for the next one.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I was a little bit worried because they ended up falling out of the open. They did actually get invited to relegation, so that's quite good. Nelly connecting onto Cloud, and with his demise, at least Starry and Nelly are low, so you could maybe see in your mind's eye this 3v5 working out for them in one way or another, but it all comes down to whether IZR can actually drop this bomb here, and by the time he does so, if he does so, well, the rest of his teammates are already gone. Westwellen is also tagged elsewhere. Stardust may be an opportunity, but he's put it out. Good for the first. His teammate's been traded, and so will EB.
They were all so low there, so the 5-7 could have done some real damage. Even if he just came around spamming those corners, very likely he would have gotten himself another kill, but also to have been traded. That's a dodged bullet there for Lynn. Almost looked like Clutch were about to win that one. Down to USPs now. The Mongolian squad will struggle to get off the ground here on the map pick of Lynn Vision. Oh, bro, as well, scaling so quick up, so trying to farm some extra cash, and doesn't do enough damage for Westmoreland to finish off the frag. A little surprised he didn't get an assist, in all honesty. I think he maybe did 30, 40 damage, but no armor. These guys didn't stand a chance.
X-Pro was very happy with the double kill.
Yeah, just about overfunds that Mac, so came in with a free weapon this round. Had a voucher.
Ooh, always love me some vouchers, and he's got another one on top of it all. This man is a voucher hoarder. Coupon ladies.
He even threw it away after he was done with it. Didn't bring it into this round at all, didn't want it to exist. Make sure that it was deleted from existence.
Early op-out for the CT side, and I am very curious to see how exactly Great Sage will be looking to use this one.
Over at A, it seems to be. I wonder if he goes for a quick peek or not. Actually, we'll just hold the big boxes. Mid will be the main focus here for Lynn. Magic Molly, smoke that's down in mid as well to prevent any support from IZR. But Lynn are going quick over towards the A side. Flashes over, Great Sage unaffected and gets the first.
Could actually end up getting a couple of war as well. Molotov to the back of the bomb site won't affect him too much. He can just smoke it off, try and use this as a one-way for himself as well. And X-Pro's ready for it. Flame on top of the bomb site, trying to fight back, but now fully blinded out and brought down. X-Pro with some great entries onto A, but Westwellen's lurk goes by without fruition initially, but he will come through with the repeat regardless. X-Pro finally to fall. Bomb divorced from his back, and Nelly's progression in Temple has gone by without anything to show for it. Westmelon is all alone. 1-on-2, either player not revealing themselves as he starts to move forward. Freebie giving up. Suddenly it's all looking so possible. Looked fantastic earlier on, but hasn't realized Clouden 3 positioning. Comes in from the side, but Clouden doesn't read into it either. Both players completely unaware of the other's position, but Westmelon is the one who perseveres.
I mean, we had a lovely clutch from X-Pro as well to put us into this second map. But to have Westmelon break this one down so easily, just kept on jiggle peeking the same angle, standing his ground, and eventually just waiting out that rotation from Clouden as well. That's ridiculous. That's a round they probably should never been given over, but that's the type of caliber you can expect from Lynn. Try to paint the story that there could have been something extra brought into this game from Clutch, whether it came in preparation or the specific targets, but
okay,
we always understood that this was going to be a David meets Goliath, and this time David's not meant to win.
I think he forgot his pebbles at home.
A slingshot.
Sorry.
They were just all waiting for somebody to come, and then there he was.
Oh, gosh. No, that's a easy enough looking round. A couple of casualties, but Vision are largely unbothered by it.
It is super sweet. I mean, we've had the riflers we've talked about before. You know, sorry, expert Westmelon, but to have Nelly as a new young addition as well. You know, you think about how young Starry is. I think 17. I think Zachar's 19, and Nelly's 18. These are three guys that are big propellants and big prospects to look into the future with, and their careers have only really just got started.
This could very much be similar to a Rare Adam Mosiah Mercury situation, that is for sure. Not a future, but right now Stardust is not going to have a future of his own. Flashbang goes deep, is brought down as well. Nelly's entry's looking goddamn amazing right now.
Yeah, it looks so simple when it's broken down like this.
Wow.
I mean, you see the fights that they're willing to take and some of the risks as well. Might be not seeing as many bold moves versus someone like Rare Adam, but the way the first game went, I don't blame them for playing this way. Gotta put Clutch in their place. No Clutches today.
In the meanwhile, quick heads up to everyone who is interested in the other matches going on right now. It is actually, none of them have actually had a, rather NKT vs Marseille still yet to have a conclusion for the first map. IHC is, spoiler alert, IHC is up 1-0 up against Renewal right now as well. And a Rapt have actually taken out versus Lord Rabbit, and we've got a knife on our hands as well. So as you can see, things have been going smoothly.
Yeah, well, that is certainly something, huh?
The fact that he goes for the left click, right click.
Yeah, because he couldn't get the easy backstab, so he needs to try and go as fast as possible. Can't let him react. That's half the fun.
If this isn't a tactical timeout, then they need one.
I think this is you just got knife timeout, actually.
Yeah. Let it settle in.
Yep.
Let it settle in.
You guys lost your map, and we're comfortable. Probably way too comfortable. You know, they've walked through their friend's front door and immediately put their feet up on the couch. They haven't taken their shoes off.
I mean, you're just planning out to be animals at this point, man.
Yeah, the guys are way too comfortable.
Some of these peaks are slightly animalistic and wild, though Clouden is a man of civilization. Civilization will only prevail for so long in the jungle of Ancient, though quick trade comes out, X-Pro to shut him down.
A cultured man, perhaps. Jazz music playing at every step of the way.
I don't actually know what jazz music would sound like.
I mean, that's not it, actually. That just isn't it. Whatever that was, it's not jazz. Don't know what to do with my hands, though. Nelly's keeping 3 players busy over on the A-bomb site, and there's
Practically
even a
4.
4th
Yeah.
nearby. So at some point or another, Lynn have to investigate B and just go, hey, it's open.
No, they're not supposed to go A, Michael. They're supposed to go B.
Well, Nelly, I think, realized it was getting hot in there, and he's made sure not to take all of his clothes off just yet.
I'm 100% sure that's... Oh, that is by Nelly. Okay.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I was like haunted by that song for a while because it was a favorite of mine as a kid, but I kept encountering it in different mediums, just in the wild, in the wilderness. I found a disc on a bus. I found a mini disc on the bus as well. People won't remember a mini disc.
Oh my goodness.
I found it in a USB stick, all within like 3 months of each other. I'm like, I almost feel I was stealing the medium of the biggest Nelly fan ever. He kept changing the format to hopefully be more successful in the future, and he just kept losing them, I guess. And I kept finding them.
Maybe someone just had a crush on you, Michael, and you just couldn't figure it out.
I guess. That is also another theory.
Clutch Gaming can't figure out how to take a round off of Lynn so far, and I don't think Lynn are crushing on them, even if they are crushing them.
Yeah, I don't know what they do to up the ante. They've tried to go for a couple aggressive moves, and so far they haven't been that successful. It was really that one round that Westmelon was able to break down that as well has really hammered extra nails into this coffin. Maybe not the final one, but it's going to be hard to push open the casket. 3 on the A side default. Not experiencing too much resistance from Clutch over at B. That would have been the primary source and expected method to attack back in, but Lynn boost up. Nobody will spot this for Clutch, and if they try and re-navigate into this A bomb site, they should be in for a world of hurt.
Ozzy smoked up as well, has to try and let out his own smoke to fake out presence around the corner. Molotov will be extinguished. They try and spray right into it. Flames hoping to take advantage of that smoke that's already down there. But what a molly. Fantastic lineup. Flame is pushed off his position, located as well. Nelly's found Sage, and Flame, well, he's gone and at least gotten one. Sorry's demise is likely to be quickly avenged, though, as the smokes are dissipating. Stacko on the other side of the corner, watching out for any sort of shenanigans that Flame wants to go out over to. X-Pro spotted out. You talked about his crazy clutches, but Flame doesn't want to give him any of those. Zaka's demise and Flame flashbang in, giving some space for Cloud to try and scale back up while they wait for Westwood on the T side, who's very, very low. So possibilities looking very restricted for Lynn Vision at this stage. They are completely locked in place. X-Pro's being tagged down as well. Finally a kill given up, and that's the cue to actually start swinging out. Nelly's hoping to actually overrun Flame on the other side with a double peek. Not needed. X-Pro's just too good. Even jumps past the crosshair completely successfully. Plants the bomb, and IZR is the only healthy one remaining. X-Pro and Westmelon.
Big boost.
Has to come into play. X-Pro. They might realize that this is going on over here, though. Powder boost is being loaded up. IZR is swinging around the corner, and with Westmelon's HP being down in the doldrums, bomb tap comes out as well. Stardust on the other side is waiting around the corner. There is no attempt at firing through the smoke, and IZR will make this his round. Bears the burden of it completely, and Clutch find the first.
Yeah, I tried to call a bluff and just hope that they were trying to go for something a bit more tricky. I mean, being low HP, it was so difficult. Even if he tried to spam, it was very likely that the round is lost. But great stuff there from Clutch. They don't get out-peaked and outmaneuvered when it comes to this staggered approach there from Lynn. It's what allowed Westmelon to win his clutch before, but even 4-on-3, they let their positions do the talking. And then it certainly game close. But that round didn't feel like it was the most consistent thing in the world. Lynn are still feeling things out, and I think playing very reactively. Kill from Cloud to kick things off. The damage into his cave position and over ledge has been significant in previous rounds. IZR as well find his, and Starry actually finding damage to help Nelly convert on the Red Room player as well. Starry's got 2. They're losing players all over the shop.
Indeed.
Every time we seem to be trying to catch up with it, we're always a little late.
I don't think there's a warranty on this shop. Don't get to have the players back until after the next round. CT money is also not fantastic as a result of only having kept 2 players alive in the one round that they did, of course, win. So you won't have a real buy. Not a good sign when you can very safely see Lynn Vision getting 10 rounds on the T side of Ancient.
Yeah, here's the issue as well, is that they decide to go for a fast mid-floor take, which isn't unusual for a T side to run with. You know, instant red room smoke, magic molly, flashes over. You know, getting a player off of the ledge as well isn't as difficult as it maybe once was in the earlier versions. So all of that in mind, Clutch are still caught out by a very, very fast timing that they're able to hit on Lynn, where the donut player doesn't actually see how close to the red room a T-side player is and playing around that smoke, because his teammate certainly doesn't have that information and can't relay it over to him. But I think they didn't have the intention of fighting the mid-floor as heavily at the start of that round. It was only when they saw all the util that they decided that they should be challenging it. And so the donut player gets there late. These small things make a difference, and Clutch are going to have to try and put their a different mindset into focus. Great Sage, we haven't seen too much experience on AWP on Ancient.
Yeah,
He had it in his hands, but didn't do much with it. Saw Clouden was spelling, so he's waiting for him to cross back. Tiny pixel, but can't exploit it.
Westbound could actually end up still falling to Clouden should he actually start to push forward. They've got a lot of utility queues actually been given out. Flames had all of this util being thrown over to the A bomb site. Great Sage trying to cover off with a Molotov as best as he can. Another right to his feet will force him off completely, though. There's nothing he can do. Lynn Vision have realized that speed has been continually their ally. Flame, however, their opposition that is finally felled. A 3-on-3, but Clouden now finally activates that flank to make it 2. Flashbang overhead to try and let the CTs peek out, who are already on the bomb side. Second one as well, keeps them low, but Nelly's found Stardust. Still a 2-on-2, but Cloudon's position could be everything. That bomb and the back lines could have been cut off, but instead of proceeding forward with Nelly's demise, they would rather play out the 2-on-1.
Pretty sure that Zaka is just going to call this one quits. Money's not in the greatest of positions for Lynn. We're looking at longevity here. Actually,
He goes for this one.
Yeah, he's really considering it. I mean, the slow walk through spawn, I thought maybe he might have tapped out, but yeah, he is going for this. B would be the right path to do so as well. There's only one player that can contest, but Great Sage has already made it long, just has to not peek and not get shut down so quick, has to wait for his teammate to come on in. Getting that plant shouldn't make that much of a difference, but it does put Clutch on a timer.
Oh, I love this from Zaka, but he pulls out his knife at the worst possible time. Great Sage. Patience will pay off. Zaka didn't expect someone to be so close while he's planting the bomb and not have peeked out.
Yeah. Clouden making steps as well. As he was rotating, he thought that was the fast rotating player, but Great Sage was already there. Salvaging.
Is he looking for a kit?
He's salvaging whatever he can, whether it's just extra nades or just anything that's left on the floor. That's why he was passing and walking over all of the bodies, just to see if there was like a flash or an HE on somebody.
Already used it all, unfortunately, for Clutch, but I think they're fine with just taking that round and hoping to turn it into something more. They can maybe climb up to 6. There's still possibilities for them to work with, but Lynn, that fast play not always working out for them. That's one of the first times that Clutch have been able to actually stop them when they go for the full scale onto a bomb site. That comes down very heavily to Cloudon's flank coming into play, and Flame actually finding the kill on the side itself. Now, Great Sage strikes in with that AWP. We talked about how it's been a little bit lacking. Nelly, some great entries in this game, but is he going to find another one? Around the corner he goes. Great Sage misses his chance, and Nelly's got 2.
Wow. Even came back to help his team come into this bomb site. I mean, Clutch are completely boxed out, bombed down, and not exposed to cave. That is something that Clutch will still maintain, but Cloudon's not expecting, again, the further pace. Flame is all alone and will meet the same fate. Lynn, this time that fast play does work out. They break B quick.
Man, if Great Sage is able to find the kill on Nelly, that is just a completely different round there and then. Seemed like with all the chaos of utility, probably some team comms coming in there as well. He might not even have heard the footsteps for Nelly, even though that was very much a thunderfoot.
Yeah, he got blinded just as they were coming into the bomb site, and I think he got chain flashed. So by the time he recovered, he looked behind, and there was somebody there that he wasn't expecting. Not like Nelly.
Well, Stardust has been traded as well, despite a nice kill to start things off. Lane division, 10 have been guaranteed. Only question is where they go from there.
It's the same suspects from Nuke as well. I mean, talking big about Sorry, X-Pro, Nelly. Those three were kind of popping off on Nuke, and they're hitting similar numbers at similar pace. I mean, Starry had hyperinflated numbers. He was dealing with some anti-ecos in and amongst there. He got 4 kills in the pistol. Yeah. We don't count those as heavy.
I mean, 4 kills in the pistol is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean, that is significant. But then he got fed like 3 more afterwards on ramp with the M4. You know, I'm not about that.
Well, we were about this round, though, where Flame has started off hot. Nice early kill, but unfortunately the heat gets to them. IZR can't quite put up with it the same way, and Flame's got lead pumped into him till his own fire is extinguished.
Well, Great Sage has to perform masterfully over on this A bomb site. Teammate's been smoked off, and he moves to take A main. This is something they should consider here on Lynn, but hard to always cover for it. No one's really watching for Great Sage to peek. Oh, they lined up. Expert was there to cover, but Great Sage getting the double, so a man advantage pulled away. Clutch should be able to convert this, but Great Sage goes for more, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Nelly left on the lurk.
1-on-2 now they realize where he's actually playing in from, courtesy of the footsteps on the utility that's been shocked out. Nelly finds the first one. Grenade up as well. Clouden has been slightly tagged. That's not overwhelmingly significant, but the fact that he's fired out those bullets is Clouden is sticking it. Nelly doesn't realize, has to check both angles. Will not do so. Clouden, not a single kill, but he is the one to deliver the round.
Yeah, Nelly will kill him after the round is lost, but that's all just revenge because he got the wool pulled over his eyes. It's strange to think that he spams the right spot initially, but then loses track of it. That's unfortunately what can sometimes happen. After, I think in between reloads, had lost the reference points that he'd sort of stuck into his mind before those smokes bloomed. Extra 15 seconds made a whole world of difference. Clutch are going to hit and fight this mid-floor, but Starry's got the first kill, and that smoke that's down at least allows a retreat, so it doesn't go from bad to worse so quick. Lynn will start with an entry, but no quick pace alongside it. Great Sage has attacked successfully as well. More on the defense, but Lynn were looking for an answer. Something to increase the hemorrhaging of the defense.
Boost for Stardust. Problem for him is going to be that there are 2 players coming in from behind, and this boost is so much more difficult to get to work. Ends up dropping off in the end. They are letting IZR come in for the flank, but he'll be way too late to the party. It's already Clouden's demise guaranteed. Great save as well. He's got a bullet to the back that is lined up, but not actually connecting. Starry now more concerned about his own flank, but not able to do anything about it beyond just get some damage. IZR's position and his health situation, both known to the T side, so they're feeling relatively at ease. Slow walk up through Cheetah ends up paying off.
Yeah, IZR had information about where an AK was, so he will save that in the next round. But Lynn have got 11, and I don't know that Clutch can stop them from getting 12. We saw an 11-4 half on the CT side from Lynn on Nuke. I think most people would say that Ancient is CT-sided. I think all maps are CT-sided, but that's just simply the way it goes. Ancient's maybe not the worst offender of it, comparative, but
That's a strong statement.
You still need 8-7, 9-6. I think that's the kind of territory you're aiming for.
Yeah. Slightly earlier Molotov this time over. Lynn have been prioritizing throwing that actually slightly later into the round a few times, which is a bit surprising. Azia is watching out for this push though, knows that Starry does like to come in through that smoke, but it's Flame who has already fallen. Donut given up and positions right there with it as well. Flashbang to Starry's face is from his own teammate. Can't be too happy about that one. Connecting with a quick kill means that IZR will now have to turn around and look back to his flank, and while he's doing that, it's actually the B bomb set that's being fully threatened. Clouden waits around the corner. Envision moving in. Expro's got that perfect frag, and with this, 12 are on the horizon if Great Sage can't get to the table and get some good deagle shots.
Dead man walking. Timing's bad. He wanted to fight short, but long is where Expro was. And Aziar could get the timing here as well, trying to jump up on ledge. Red Room player won't spot him, but now they know exactly where he is, and he's also a sitting duck. 12-3 at the half here for Lynn on their map pick, but they're already one map up in the series. If they take it in 2, it seems like Clutch are going home nice and swiftly. Actually, down to the lower bracket would be where they end up inevitably. We'll find out if that's the case after the break.
Time to resume the action, even if it had been one-sided so far. Clutch Gaming were able to do, give us some hope in the second half of Nuke. Maybe Ancient can be similar.
Yeah, and they had some rounds that looked okay here on Ancient. I think the main issue is that the rounds that they were losing, it did look as though Lynn had just decided to go out and kill them.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like there was anything too elaborate. It's about what you would expect. Like, people use the term pugging quite frequently to just say, like, oh, well, they don't care, they're not trying so hard. The term pugging has evolved. Pugs have got to such a high level that you see almost like default level executes in early rounds pretty consistently, even in the pug experience. That's what Lynn were doing here. You know, they were still throwing mid-control nades, they were still flashing for each other, but everything was so procedural and so free-flowing that they even just let them take a few extra liberties as well because they were out-dueling Clutch. So we'll see if they can turn that ship around here in the second half, and it all starts with the pistol. X-Pro is pressured off of his bomb site, and he was the only defender of B, so they can get a plant in very early here, Clutch.
Unfortunately, they do actually have a kit on Nelly, who is coming in slightly late, but this is going to be actually a full wraparound through lane and B main. Cloudon's watching out for the flank to come in, and he's got the first one-on-one kill in through perfectly. The kit's been chopped as well. Cloudon's actually locked him down nicely, and Zaka, you have to recover the kit. Hopefully doesn't forget it. X-Pro is the one who ends up picking it up regardless. Westmelon is going to have to be point of first contact, and as they move forward, X-Pro, it does manage to make up for his previous misses, and now getting onto the bomb site to try and get the defuse quickly, and it will end up coming out before he does that, though. The Stevens have already eliminated all the T-side players.
Pretty disappointing round to lose, because Clutch had the room, they had the read, they had good positions, and it still broke down. Just better shooting from Lynn on the retake. Cloudon did what he could to delay and stall this wraparound play, but as soon as they got themselves into the site, it felt suddenly like Clutch felt very restricted. They were deeply committed to a CT rotate. One that never came. Lynn were fighting from behind. There's one of the big changes with Boxer's gun from that ledge is that CTs, when you take mid control, actually have access to that so fast. It's very hard to Molotov off as well. It's a pretty big platform. So they can just wrap around the other side of it and then still fight you.
Also, just with how sharp Nelly's been on that first bullet. And in the entries, no surprise that he's getting turned around the other side as well. Starry's only good for one in mid, but that's where X-Pro comes into play, as he's come through and doubled right up. Players are split apart from the CT side, so Stardust does manage to find an early engagement. It could be a one-on-one, and as he will hear footsteps from Zaka turning back, maybe there's some sort of window of opportunity for him in the B-bomb site.
Shouldn't have heard Westmelon move too far away, but Westmelon actually goes back, and Stardust, don't know if he was spotted. He is going to get cleared, but Westmelon's sharp to adjust. Dink for dink, but M4 does hit stronger. 14-3 Clutch. I don't know if there's any hope left, but they've had some good takeaways. They've certainly been thrown into deep waters here, and they understood. They've been paddling, but the ship's still sinking.
They'll be facing off against Starry and Zach over in mid, and actually coming out on top, like we said before. Half-buys were their forte, and Nelly is hoping to be able to prevent any more half-buy wins from actually coming out from them. Now looking to maybe even face into A main and get aggressive inside of it, but the smoke has got footsteps, and it is Nelly to try and turn around as well. The teammates are too far off to assist him. X-Pro finally makes his way onto the bomb site, able to get the one quick kill as well as keep Cloudon away. Switches out, but he doesn't realize Flame is right behind him. Bomb drop though. A one-on-one. Westman winning our clutches from this position before, but not this time over.
Oh, thank goodness that they're able to win a clutch there on the Clutch Gaming side. Flame's a fantastic flank, and I think even just some of the steps that were heard, it was quite funny. He just turned around, and it seemed like he jump scared the Lynn Vision players. But just to give them a little bit of a breath of fresh air. You come into this half, so down in the dumps. I certainly think that Clutch realized that this assignment was going to be difficult, and to have a few successful moments like that. And like you said, it's on these half buys that they find the most success, and it's these faster paced plays. Once boost. Again, that will continue to reward the SMG for Clouden. He could have upgraded if he wanted to. Didn't want to delay, though. There's only USBs, and he wants to farm extra cash. Clouden, more money in the bank, and he's finally dealt with. But Clutch should have easy access to B.
Yeah, this was never going to be a major round of contention, in all fairness, but it would be nice to see Starry able to find at least one kill over here with a Mac 10. They might eco again in the next round if he doesn't. I doubt it just because of, and they have been pretty damn dominant, but Zachar and Westmoreland aren't at the healthiest financial positions.
They've got nice cushions. They've got a giant hay bale that they can jump off the building into.
Contrary to what Ubisoft will tell you, that doesn't actually work.
My name is Yumi Aldatore. Always wondered why they didn't just fill those hay bales with rocks at the bottom. Surely you would have dealt with your assassin problem pretty quickly.
See, to clarify to people, he is not talking about Ubisoft, he's talking about the guards in the game.
Yeah.
Ubisoft will not want to do that.
I it seemed like,
yeah.
If he kept escaping through them, it's like, wait a second, we've got a solution to this.
And you can move into a crowd and then they wouldn't know who you are. Zaka traces out Stardust, makes it look easy enough. Good start to things, and Lynn Vision, with the early aggression, are feeling a lot more comfortable in their lack of utility. And Zaka will come through with a bit more aggression in the meanwhile. This is very much exactly what you want to see when there's less utility, just some early fights being taken to try and take advantage of the spread out default.
Won't overstep X-Pro. Westmoreland tanking that nade, but to make sure that he makes use of this position. And he does. I don't know where X-Pro is now, but he can just simply tuck in. There's backup there. Round breakdown here for Clutch, and there's only one survivor so far. He's about to meet the same fate. So 15-5 here for Lynn on their map pick. It was always anticipated that we close this in 2, but they have done so dominantly so far today. Clutch need 10 in a row to threaten OT, and that road is paved with many twists and turns.
That road is not built yet. They're going to have to come through and put the gravel down themselves. That's what they have lacking in the equipment to accomplish certain tasks. Grenades, Molotovs, the work straight down mid. We'll be working around that one-way smoke, hoping to try and find something, but the T's will not be hovering for too long.
Tried this setup last time, and Lynn weren't actually too successful with it. We saw good trading and good spacing from Clutch when they decide to retake mid, and once that smoke fades, I wonder if they'll try the same.
Deep smoke coming out from the CT to try and refresh before it actually blooms. Nelly is good for the quick kill, and we'll be retreating in from behind as well. Starry's there for the cover. Do they realize there's still a third player making his way over? Stardust will recover that AK, but the A-bomb site's looking surprisingly accessible. Zachar the only person to actually be able to defend it over here, and as he starts to swing forward, there's a player to contend with above him as well, but Flame had a smoke in his hand, and with this should be it. It's all down to Starry. Quick 16-5. Lynn Vision make it easy business as they will win out their first ever playoff match for ECL.
Yeah, and when we enter the bracket stage, it's not as though it is do or die straight away. There is a lower bracket, there is an upper bracket, so we can at least look at this first round and say, okay, we understood Clutch weren't supposed to be a part of the playoffs. You know, they were guaranteed participation into the next season, but because of dropouts, they have replaced certain teams.